Hey, this is Robert from DSP Plug. When I was young, I had the greatest opportunity to meet some really pious, really great religious people. And as far as I remember, quite a lot of them were merely pastors. When I say merely, I just mean in the way of education. Many of them were not as quite as impressive as people could be, but as I learned, sometimes the older become religious too. And maybe they've had experience in other jobs. So these people bring this great experience. And here's an experience regarding nuclear radiation that you might not know. And I'm going to share that with you in this video. Because I was so lucky as a child and I met these people, I wasn't so lucky as a kid. I got injured a few times, but I turned out all right. Hard not to be sometimes a little outspoken though when you have life experience. And I know we like to think about food as a simple thing. We do. We do. We like to. In the past, we've balanced the combination of wild grains. We've balanced the amount of grains and wheat and breads and vegetables that might be considered civilized. They're not quite as wild. They're not quite as rough, and they don't have as a profound an impact on the body. I remember that there used to be biscuits that they could give to people, and they would show them. It was something like hospice. And these sweet biscuits of a more wild wheat could throw you for a loop. People said, beware the biscuit. No kidding. There was one time when mankind ate meat and produce and wheat and bread that made us fiery and emotional. Yeah. And the thing is it's because of the nutrients. And while I'm not a scientist in the art of food, I know a bit. There are scientists and there are specialists. But the problem is, it's another niche job. It's a job that people don't talk about. Now, if a nuclear plant ever goes up, as far as I understand it, there are various food requirements. And there are things that protect the sheathing and exterior coating of food around nuclear plants so as to keep people healthy. I remember hearing a few issues about nuclear plants. Specifically, there was an issue in the Bruce Peninsula at one point. In Ontario and Canada, here where I'm living. And it was explained to me by people who seemed to know what they were talking about. that in small ways, you had to prepare people, and you had to prepare the bread, the local veggies, a little bit. And if you did, radiation, the effects of the energy from nuclear power plants could be countered. And that's what makes me think nuclear power is a trick. If you don't believe me, look it up. How is it that governments haven't talked to these older religions? And these older religions used to be experts at that. Problem is they took a little bit over the top. Sometimes there would be a new person who wanted to be a priest or a seed master or something called a thief. It's a different word. It means something different. There were various ways of explaining that word, but their roots were normally agricultural. And I think to myself, while these amazing precautions are available, while they used to be law, while they used to be implemented civilian infrastructure until about 1930 for similar risks, similar hazardous risks in Canada and likely the United States, I would guess, and the world. Now we've come away from that old knowledge. Now we walk into this whole affair of having a nuclear power plant with less able-bodied and able-minded people. Are we going to allow young, untrained people to try and help people just to naturally cope with the effects of this kind of thing? It's not a huge ordeal, don't get me wrong. There are many places in the world that need specific food, and often it is ordered by the government that there are certain foods that people must eat. But people aren't exactly doing what we say anymore, are they? And that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. We're in a really democratic age, and as far as we know, we do what we like. Nobody comes to our door, walks into our house, and gives us special biscuits or maybe some kind of flax to put in our food, just so as to make us stronger. Things like, special oats, cut just the right way, with a certain kind of steel, with a certain kind of blade, or for instance, using the right kind of expressor. I hope I got that word right. It's been a long time since I've heard those words used. I was around old farm folk when I was young. I'm not anymore. I'm just around people from the city. But without a doubt, ask around. And the health risks aren't gigantic, but without real knowledge, there can be some issues with nuclear power plants. And either way, if we go with a nuclear power plant, that's good. But it's not really something that we're used to. It's not what people are used to. It's not something that people say these days. We don't all go to the town hall, and we're not all made to stand there so as to listen to the mayor and present our families, are we? This is a very different time. there would be people who wouldn't want to cooperate, who wouldn't want to eat certain things. And frankly, they would say to people, listen, I know you were told by somebody that I should be eating something in particular. Maybe my family doesn't know a lot of things, but I've been eating this stuff for a long time, and I like it, and it makes me feel healthy. I'm guessing it'll still work for me, regardless of the fact that I live beside a power plant. Now, what's some of the other kinds of factories that have similar issues? In the past, they've been pulp factories. Pulp. From trees. Tree pulp. Taking bark off because of the chemicals that they use, you see. They make the wood look clean. And we've moved away from some of these toxic chemicals that they used to use. But these same experts I speak of, they would be the ones who would help us to provide and understand the additives that we'd have in food so that everything can flow naturally. Is it so bewildering that sawmills and all of these things have natural consequences to our health? Sure. It's like anything. And that's why I said Canada and the United States being less of industrial giants does allow us to not be so nitpicky with our people. It allows us to not always be telling our people what to do, expecting them to come to the town hall and hear what we have to say. So if we do go forward with nuclear, that's fine. But how are we supposed to give it to people? What are we going to do? Are we going to put something in water? I'm not saying we can't. There are very real solutions. But it is like anything. And we do have a quality of life in this world, don't we? And ultimately, these are mysterious things for people who have not been raised around farm folk, or people who might be from areas with more wood or more nature. There are many surprising things to learn, even for those people who live in the desert. Each one of them will tell people to avoid certain foods, to do certain things, just so that you're at the top of your game. But how do we tell people to do that these days? How do you tell kids to do that? How do you tell immigrants to do that? It's not like we're stupid. We're just a very different people. And now, if we bring a tool into the game that compromises us somehow, we have less control over what we can affect if things ever do go wrong. This is Robert from DSP Plug. Thanks for watching.